By 2030, over 2.4 million jobs in the US will be replaced by generative artificial intelligence. This is a report that was released quite recently on the 8th of September 2023 by Forrester. And it's not surprising to hear. We've heard a lot about this, how AI is going to replace many, many jobs, one of those being education. However, is that true? Will artificial intelligence truly replace education and the teachers? That's what we're here to discuss. But firstly, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Priscilla Ramlan, and I'm from Petra 2 Christian Senior High School. But before we begin, I want to define artificial intelligence. What does it mean? According to Britannica, it is the ability of a digital computer or computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. That includes being able to reason, extrapolate, generalize, and discover the meaning of things. And they've done this feat wonderfully. They've played chess very well. They've even been able to find proofs of mathematical theorems dating far in the 1940s, and they've only improved exponentially since then. Nowadays, you see them everywhere, including in education. That brings us to our second point. How does artificial intelligence apply itself in education? Well, firstly, they provide educational content like guides, digital textbooks, and videos. They also are able to substitute administration tasks, such as sorting progress reports, scheduling meetings, and working on accounting. They can also accommodate the diversities in students' learning style. As we know, there are many students, the fast students, the slower students. For these differences, the AI can accommodate these by personalized learning. So the students who absorb things quickly will be able to keep being challenged, while those who have a harder time processing the material will still be able to catch up. Now that we know how AI is applied in education, what are the pros and cons of it after all? It doesn't guarantee that artificial intelligence is perfect. Firstly, the pros. Artificial intelligence can analyze large sets of data quickly, as I've mentioned previously. Being able to substitute administration tasks means that they're able to do so by analyzing large sets of data efficiently and effectively. The second is that they're able to always be active. As humans, we need sleep and other needs, but not artificial intelligence. They also make fewer errors since they were purely based on the algorithm. But conversely, what are the cons? Well, it could reduce employment, especially in administrating. And they only work based on their algorithm. They have a lack of ethical nuance, since they're merely working based on rationale and the algorithm that was given to them. The nuances that they're given purely are based on the developer's own ethics. So, for example, if an AI were to pick between falling off a cliff or passing or killing a pedestrian, it might as well kill the pedestrian, as it's mostly geared towards self-preservation, and that could be quite concerning. And finally, the most concerning of them all, it could also be used for things such as plagiarism. Now, let's go to the main point of this. Will AI replace educators? I mean, they're consistent and they're efficient. They may be able to replace the role of an educator. However, remember what I said, right? How AI simply works according to rationale and has no ethical nuance? Well, that can be problematic, since all they do then would be only to provide materials. It seems good, yes, but it seems that by this, we seem to forget the other purpose of an educator, a teacher. They're not simply there to hand out materials, they're also there to help shape the generations of today to becoming healthy and well adjusted adults who are able to think for themselves with good values. Those things, they would need values such as kindness, discipline, and being able to maintain a good environment. Could an AI do that? Well, I doubt so, because those traits they require a human heart, something that the AI does not have. But you know who does? Of course, humans. That is why I think it is very unlikely for artificial intelligence to replace teachers. Now that it's out of the way, now that we've known that AI could not and are unlikely to replace human teachers in education, we can look at this from a different angle. Instead of seeing it as a competitive rival, a threat, we can see it as a tool, as it is originally seen as something we could work alongside with. So, how do we adapt with this? Well, let's look at how Marco Buona Yogyakarta University's English faculty has done. They have a Center of Technology Assisted Language Learning, also known as CTAL, where they apply innovative methods of studying English with AI, while also putting workshops for students, lecturers, and researchers, and that's done by real people, which I think is an incredibly good way of applying artificial intelligence and real educators. So in this case, teachers can also be inspired by this and apply them to the classroom by, for example, using AI-powered games like Kahoot. They should also be able to establish the importance of academic honesty, as I've said. AI can be used for plagiarism, so it's also mandatory that we teach students to not just regard them as a tool for success, but teach them to be able to think critically, and that using AI in their work, can be regarded as plagiarism. Instead, we should motivate them to be more original and creative in their work. So, what can we conclude from this? Well, we can conclude that AI will not be able to replace educators, as it lacks qualities that require a human heart, being a tool that only works according to the algorithm. Instead, teachers can adapt with AI and work alongside it to enhance their teaching styles by applying them in the form of games and establish the importance of academic honesty towards their students in order to further nurture a healthy and productive society that will use AI not just as a tool to cheat, but to improve their lives. I know it might be hard, especially for the older ones, which is why I suggest we take it slow, and together we can create a society that benefits from this as technology is slightly improving. Hopefully, it can also empower us to continue being better educators for our generation. That is all for my speech. My name is Michelle Priscilla Ramlan, and thank you for listening.